taffy by a total, like, I'm here with Alaska. It's day 11 of our 2,600 mile trip from Colorado to Sequim, and we're eating chocolate taffy.
It's really good. I mean, like
So the other part of this recipe is in here, and that's chocolate something or other. And it all started with this, but now I think I found something totally new to do with chocolate inside a tiny home. The tiny house of peace channeled through me and helped me make taffy. And people are like, how do you make it? I really don't know if I can recreate it, but I think I have the ingredients to do it. So I was about to make, here, we're all getting set up, ready to go to an interview to see one of the first, I think, County of Fresno tiny homes placed on permanent foundation. And I was going to make this last night, but it didn't quite work out that way because of one of our ingredients. And now we have chocolate taffy. I'm going to give you a walk around of the coolest thing that I have found in Northern California, Central California, actually. We're right outside of Fresno, 1 hour east towards Sequoia National Park. We're talking the big, giant redwoods that people come from all over the world to come see. And we're here at the Lemon Cove RV and Tiny Home Park. I'm now calling it the Tiny Home Park because there's 4 tiny homes. One of them's ours. Let's go on a trip. Stay there, Zozo. Okay, so tiny home 1, that's permanent. Tiny home 2, the blue one way out there. There we go. That's a Pacifica tiny home. We just interviewed them. I'm not sure who built that. Then there's your RV. And then there's our truck towing the tiny house of peace. And we were so happy to stay here for 2 straight days. It felt like luxury. And there's another tiny home. And then there's a park model tiny home over there with the tree, and it extends out. And then RV. And there's many people that stay here full time. Actually, these full time with hookup spots are $9.50 a month. And the one where the blue one is way out there is $500 a month without any utilities. So that one is fully off grid. If you notice, there's the big tanks right there in the back. And then on a day like today, they might need to have some generator power because it's gray. And there's the tiny house of peace getting ready to be towed, all packed up. We have to unplug the 50 amp circuit, the gray water line, and the water line, but we do that right at the end before we're about to leave so we can finish doing the dishes. But look at this cute place. It's in winter version. When people are thinking, let me start. There are so many people that want to live in a tiny home village or a tiny home community. This is pretty much one of the best parks I've seen. You know why? Look at all this gravel in between places. If all of this was regular earth and this heavy home sat on it and then the rains came, there'd be all these indents. So the fact that there's all this road bed, that's what they call it, road bed. They dig it down, put down rock, and now RVs, trucks, homes, the whole thing can come in. They've also done a lot of tree work because these tiny homes go up to 13.6 versus these RVs are much shorter. They can be more like 12 to 13. So if you have trees that bend down and all that, so they did a bunch of work here. This park is really amazing. And here comes my husband, Eric Wood, Chef Eric. How are you enjoying yourself?
It's good. I'm all bundled up in Fresno, and it's a beautiful RV park. I like the he wrist dialed you.
He wrist dialed. He just got a new watch.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you think? Isn't this a beautiful park?
It's pretty because it's its own little valley-lit.
Yeah.
Or
Here.
It seems like that.
There's the mountain right there,
Yeah.
and then there's a mountain right there.
Right.
I mean, the beauty of it, and this valley in the middle, and then of course it gets really hot here. There's a pool on site. So the way the ladies that run this place, Sonia and Lisa, they said, you're either at the pool in the hot day inside, or you're 30 degrees cooler up at the Sequoia National Park.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, which is only, 28 miles away, so.
And they have like foosball and pool table and other fun activities. So we're looking at doing a fun group event here with regards to tiny homes, because we're right here in Fresno. There's a lot of people that come to these shows twice a year, the Fresno Home and Garden Show, Fresno shows, and they host the Tiny House Expo. So it'd be really cool to come up here and kick it tiny home style.
I think
We got to get more tiny homes on the road traveling like all these
there's
RVs.
4 here
Yeah.
permanently installed.
And ours is the 5th. So day 11th, we're heading down to see my buddy Contractor Dave, and we're going to be interviewing them placing a tiny home in Fresno County built to ANSI standards. And if you don't know what that is, you're like, what's all this ANSI, NFPA? This is what I teach in the Go Tiny Academy. So subscribe to this channel, and we will be having more interviews with builders and suppliers that are really innovating this industry, that are making this industry happen. Without them, it wouldn't exist, right? And all the people that want to take tours of going inside the tiny homes at festivals and events, there's a lot of those happening. Right now it's winter time, so we have a little bit of a break. Except for us, we are traveling tiny home style. And if you have any questions about going tiny, reach out to me, put a comment in, and look forward to connecting with you. The Go Tiny Academy is a great place to really understand what your next steps are to solve for land, the build, and finance. All right, everyone, have a good day. Go Tiny.